Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today Micheal Knowles is going to be reacting to before and after pictures of woke people. Today's video is from Micheal Knowles. It's titled Micheal reacts to before and after woke TikToks. TikTok has gone wild. TikTok has gone wild these days, and we're going to be watching a video about what we think about TikTok and kids, I think, in my next video. Okay, but before we dive into today's video, my name is Oge. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, hi, it's good to have you here. Do well to like, share, subscribe, turn on post notification bell, drop a comment on what you think about this video. Let's dive straight into today's video.
We've all seen it. It's one of the saddest things that occurs in our modern culture. It's not a tale as old as time. It's a tale as old as like 7 years ago. Nice, pretty, well-balanced girl goes off to college, becomes a huge lid, dresses poorly, becomes a they-them, chops up her hair, gets like a bazillion tattoos. The joy that you once saw on her face right before she went to college just very quickly turns to sorrow and misery and cynicism. And we've all seen it. We've all seen it. If you're telling me you haven't seen it, you're in denial about some friend or relative of yours. So the producers have assembled what they consider to be the worst cases of this transition, all uploaded by the girls themselves. They're happy. They're promoting this kind of transition. And we will ascertain what went wrong and how bad it was.
This is the before.
Very pretty, nice girl.
I was in the 212 on the uptown. You know what's up or don't you? Word who made ya? I'm a rude. What are you made up of? I mean, food.
Did they upload this themselves? Am I mistaken about that? Or did someone else upload this about them? Themselves. Wow. Because, you know, I would never mock a lady's appearance or anything like that. Based. But this is not really mocking an appearance. This is observing a behavior that is intentionally making people less beautiful and less happy and less joyful. That the exterior disorder that they're imposing on themselves is reflecting and representing an interior disorder. Just notice, you look right away, smiles at the beginning, not so many smiles at the end. Looks like a Catholic school. It's always the middle nose ring. I'm not even saying that I'm totally opposed to all nose rings. Sometimes they can be nice if they're subtle or something, but it's the middle one that make you look like a bull or something, like some mythological beast.
Oh, Micheal.
That's a big bull.
And they're intended to do
Micheal!
that. Also, you notice early on, it's kind of nice, orderly clothing, relatively bright colors for a school uniform, wearing green, you know, very pretty, happy, nice long hair. And then all the extra black lipstick, kind of very brutally, harshly cropped short hair, more androgynous. They never transform themselves to look like some really happy, you know, fanciful little fairy or something like that. It's always darker. Looking like a normal guy. Yeah, dressed up normally. Okay, cool.
I was in the 212 on the uptown. You know what's up or don't you? Word who made ya? I'm a rude. What are you made up of? I'll eat your food up, boo. I could bust your eight.
See, the guy's still physically fit and everything. He's not even wearing a ton of makeup, but it's the androgyny. If a guy works out, I speak, of course, from experience. The guy works out, he tends to look better because he becomes more of a man. It's more of what his nature
muscular
is. Woman, you know, if she, I don't know, brushes her hair and wears a pretty dress or something, she becomes more womanly. But then when a guy dresses like the opposite sex, it's not womanly. He doesn't look like more of what he is, which is ironic because they say they're coming out. You know, they're coming in.
What do you guys think could be the problem of this trend? What do you guys think is the problem? Because sometimes I get to try to wrap my head around these things and I'm like trying to think about it. What do you guys think is the problem with this trend? Transitioning trend, cross-dressing trend, tattoos, piercings, man turning to woman, girl turning to boy, all this kind of stuff. Posting yourself on social media, you know, trying to, I don't know, what do you guys think is the problem here? Because I don't know, you know, if you try to compare like their before and after pictures, we could see that like their before pictures, if we are being honest with ourselves, if we are being honest with ourselves. I know that you guys will say, oh yeah, they're trying to own themselves, they're trying to identify as themselves, this is who they truly are. But if you're being honest with yourself, between their old self and their new self, which one will you pick? I'm asking you guys. Like, which personality will you pick between the old self and the two self? Look at that girl, for example, that used like a nose ring, like her after where she used like a dark makeup thing on her face with the piercing, the septal piercing on her nose, and the tattoos and all of that, and her before. Which would you prefer? I know one, she looks more reserved, contained, and all of that. But the second picture looks more wild, more I'm out there. I don't know. But I love you guys to, if you guys understand this trend, especially young people who are in this category, like they're not, I'm not like trying to put them, I'm just trying to understand what's going on. If you have a child like this, if you have a friend like this, if you have students like this, what do you think is the problem? What do you think people are not understanding? Because we don't understand. It is very confusing. It looks like, let me not say what's on my mind, but let's complete this video.
They're coming into their true selves, but they never look like their true selves, do they?
Exactly.
If you had to look at any of these people, and you look at the before and the after, and you say, okay, which one depicts this person as more of who he truly is? Everyone would pick the before picture. Next
of course.
one.
Y'all, everybody keeps asking who that is in my pictures and stuff. Because, like, I'll post this picture sometimes. Y'all, this is me in 2021. So, 3 years ago. That was me.
Okay, so this was very recent. It was 3 years ago. Something happened to this woman to convince her to make herself look this way. Do you think the thing that happened to that woman is she grew closer to her father, or she studied and got that degree, or she, went back to church and really worked on her sanctity? Even if you like the transformation, not one person could look me in the face and sincerely say, oh, something really good. She got a new puppy that year. Yeah, she got a promotion at work. Oh, she got married and had kids and moved out to the country. None of that. No one really believes that. Next one. So she already had the middle nose thing. That's not a good sign.
On the uptown. You know what's up or don't you? Word who made ya?
Oh man, that's bad. No, there was a warning sign in the before, which was that the bull nose ring. That's not a good sign. If you have a friend or family who's like just got a new bull nose ring, maybe you just say like, hey, maybe keep the nose ring over here. Maybe do your ears or something like that. Okay, all right, come on. We don't need to put pictures of me up there. All right, that's not. I don't know what producers think that's a funny joke. It's absolutely outrageous as far as I'm concerned.
On the uptown.
The worst one is the gal who chopped her tongue in half. Hard to get that out of your nightmares. What would happen to someone to make them do that? Okay, well that was sad. I'm Michael Knowles. See you next time.
You guys, I don't know what to say. It just feels like, nobody in their right frame of mind will pick the after. If you're being honest with yourself, if you're trying to say that cannot be your real self, they look disturbed. They look like people that have gone through something, like people that are going through stuff, like people that are burdened, that like they have a lot of things they have to go through and they did not come out of it well. Like people that have had to go through the roughest part of their lives and they didn't go through it well. That's what it looks like. And trust me, these people have not even faced anything. So I honestly do not understand what that trend is about. People usually say, oh, people that use this nose ring thing, that it's like a sign for something. I'm not going to say it, but you know what that means. Like, so he was saying that the last lady, from the beginning, her before picture, she already was wearing the nose ring before she transitioned into a guy, started dressing like a guy, something like that. So like there was a problem from the onset. I just feel like there's actually a problem. I don't know. I can't really place my hand on it, but I think that there's a problem. I don't want to attribute it to family settings, because people will say, oh, there are some people that actually grew up in a normal home where they have the father, the mother, sometimes even preachers' kids come out this way. So what exactly could be the problem? Could it be social media? Could it be TikTok trends? When people see their classmates, classmates doing certain things, or they see that there's a trend on social media, I mean, it starts from somewhere. You see people putting on nose rings, going to pierce their nose, and then you get pressured. From there, you go pierce your nose. You see people having terrible tattoos on their bodies, and you say, oh, this tattoo looks fine. And then you go have yours, and then it goes on and on and on and on. I think one way we can actually try to solve all the situation is young people have to come to the knowledge of knowing themselves. Come to the knowledge of knowing themselves. I'm a Christian, right? And where I've been raised is, you know, when I'm faced with certain situations, sometimes maybe not work and all of that, it could be emotional problems, I'm facing some kind of mental stress, and I cannot discuss it with my parents, because I know that sometimes some young people face certain things, pressure from certain situations, and they cannot explain to their parents because their parents are strict. I was raised in an African home. I can't go back home, even as old as I am. I'm way above 30. Not way above, I'm a little bit above 30. And I cannot go back home to tell my father, oh, I mean, I'm not like that, but I'm just saying that an African. So I'm not saying that there are not people like that in Africa, right? There are people like that, but it is not African. We have very strict parents. Our parenting is different from parenting in the Western world, if you guys know what I mean. So I cannot actually go to meet my parent that, daddy, this is the way one day my dad just comes and sees that I've transitioned into a man. It doesn't happen in a normal African setting, right? But a situation whereby I'm faced with things I cannot explain to my parents, one thing I know how to do is I have a conversation with God. Because I have a relationship with God, I know how to have conversations with God. I know how to lay my problems before him. I know how to tell him that, okay, this is what I am going through. I know how to pray. I know how to, have that conversation with God, and then I feel the peace of the Holy Spirit. I know how to go to the Word, search the Word. I feel like one thing our generation is missing is we don't really understand ourselves. We don't know ourselves. We sometimes they feel the pressure, we feel pressured by the society or what they see on social media. I cannot be pressured into certain things because I know who I am. I know whose child I am. I have the Spirit of God filled in me. Some people, so that is my religion. That's what I believe in. And that is how I go to find comfort. And that's how I find solutions to my problem. You might have your own religion and you might have a way you can. Because I feel like if you know who you are, you know what you are doing, there are certain things or there are certain trends you will not succumb to as a young person. There's so much pressure as a young person. A lot of young people go through so much pressure. We're not even going to lie about it, but how are you able to serve, or how are you able to scale above all this pressure is one way we can serve all this situation, because this is going like wildfire. As a young person, what do you think is this problem here? If you're a lecturer, you're a university professor, you're a parent, you have kids like this, what do you think is the problem here? Because you can't tell me that you prefer the after to the before. There has to be a problem. What do you guys think about this video? Your contributions, your additions will be appreciated. We would love to know, because these videos like this needs to go far and wide. People need to see it. So it's important that you like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. This will help with the algorithm and push this video out. Thank you so much for watching to this part of the video. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye bye.